Hello and welcome to the final round of Grand Prix Barcelona 2017. It's going to be exciting. A couple of 8-0 players in our table one and a lot of 8-0 players in the rest of the feature match area. So you'll see players who've been here from the start of the day and have picked up many wins and no losses. And I'm not surprised to see a turn 1 Toolcraft exemplar on one side of the board and an Evolving Wilds on the other. So I assume it's going to be a Mardu against a 4-color sort of deck matchup, and turn 2 Scrappy Scrounger. Michal Lipinski is not messing around at all here.
He just drew the planes as we can. No, we.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, he just drew the plane, but that means he's. How many cards does he have? Does he have 3 cards?
He has
three and
yeah,
so
3 left. Yeah.
He was down to 6 cards, so we missed the mulligan.
Yeah. That's good. So we stepped right into the action. On the other side of the board from Niels, who has an amazing name. I see Whirler Virtuosos attuned with Ether. I also saw a Glimmer of Genius, so it's some sort of a Teamer Energy deck. That I'm quite excited to see, to be frank, because I know what else he's got going on there. All right, so it's a Marvel deck. It looks like a mid-range Marvel deck. There's also, I saw Dynavolt Tower and the Ulamogs. Everything that goes along with that. But let's see if he can keep up the pace with the very frantic start from the Mardu Vehicles deck. And one thing you mentioned, the Mardu deck is really good at punishing slow starts.
Yeah, but now you can imagine that Michal's hand does not have that many ways to produce like any other color. So Ether Hub is not activated anymore. So now there's no red now.
Yeah, he doesn't have red, but at least he has a swamp here, and I think he has a Gideon, so a white source could also be quite useful. And there's a big attack for 6 already with the Toolcraft Exemplar and Scrappy Scrounger. It's going to gum up the board at least a little bit, and then Niels, he's playing a Whirler Virtuoso, and that's a card that he really needs here just to get some blockers in play and get the time necessary to set up for his deck.
That's the land you don't want to see on turn 4. Concealed Courtyard, not being able to cast the turn 4 Gideon.
At least it's going to be a turn 5 Gideon. I'm pretty sure he would have preferred to see an Inspiring Vantage just to get a red mana source in play sooner rather than later. But a good enough start, right, with a Toolcraft Exemplar and double Scrappy Scrounger.
This is the kind of draw that you really hope goes to the end, because now he doesn't have a red mana. And when you're on Mardu and you're waiting for the second or third color, it can take a while to get there because your Inspiring Vantages come into play tapped. You don't have energy to activate the hub.
Yeah.
You don't have that many mountains.
True.
And if your Scrappy Scroungers die, you don't have access to red mana with the Spires.
Yeah. And look at that. Niels' hand is just very slow. He does have an Ether Hub for more energy and another Whirler Virtuos as well, but he only has double Glimmer and Anticipate in his hand, so I don't think Michal Lipinski is giving him any breathing room, really, to get going, and especially once that Gideon lands, it's going to be that much tougher for Niels. 6 energy there, and a Whirler Virtuoso for 3 more.
His hand was pretty good, but just doesn't beat a fast draw from Mardu.
Indeed. And yeah, Mardu on the play even on 6 card. A deadly proposition right away. All right there. So he's going to go for 2 Thopters.
And maybe block both.
Would you trade off your Whirler Virtuoso here?
I think so. Well, he's on 5. You definitely don't want to go down to 2.
Yeah. We've seen what the Unlicensed Disintegration can do. And you can see that's what Niels is thinking about. Like, geez, I know he doesn't have red mana, but I can't really drop down to 2. That's just going to make the end game that much harder.
Well, he really wants his opponent to have only red cards in hand.
Yeah, pretty much.
And no follow-up. So his option here is to make another token, double block and block. Oh, he's going to triple block?
No, surely not.
Oh, he wants a token just for later.
Well, he might need something to start attacking Gideon, that's for sure. Because that's what's going to come down from Michal Lipinski's side.
I think it's to block Gideon. He needs to block Gideon.
That's true. Or even a Knight Ally token that we're going to see shortly here. Yeah. Niels will probably need to... he would ideally want to play a Glimmer of Genius, just so he could dig a little deeper. But He might not have time. Oh, another place from Lipinski here. Another red source. There's more lands from Niels Gutierrez.
He needs to draw maybe another virtuoso, just to.
Yeah. Okay. Look at that. So he's gonna actually just play the tapped land and left up 4 mana. He can still anticipate into something to try to survive. But ideally, if he's gonna want to go down 3 here, which is very risky, as we talked about, and gonna fire off that Glimmer of Genius in hope of digging into something. Look at that, Lipinski still with no red source.
Oh, yeah. I thought he was. I thought he wasn't tapping.
Yeah. All right. I think there's a Wood Weaver's Puzzle Knot.
Puzzle Knot is actually not too bad.
Yeah, it's not too bad. I think, especially as an untapped, he can play Puzzle Knot and leave up mana.
Yeah.
All right, so I think he did keep the Puzzle Knot.
What? Yeah.
Beautiful art there by Volkenbaga. All right, what does he have? Okay, Torrential Gearhulk.
That's actually not too bad.
Yeah, it can block the Gideon and flashback the Glimmer.
Glimmer, yeah.
Not bad. Holding off barely, but still holding on.
No, he cannot because the Scrounger is gonna come back.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah,
so it's not gonna work. So how much damage is that? So that's 8, 9, 10 damage, and he gain 6 life. That's not gonna be enough. What does he need? Oh, he needs to draw Harness Lightning off and anticipate.
Spade, yeah, probably so.
It's
so rough. Yeah.
He also needs the Harness Lightning.
Yeah.
To flash back with the Gearhulk. Harness Lightning. There's one.
Okay.
He's drawing live.
Digging.
He's drawing live.
Yeah. Okay. So he found the hard.
Is he?
So no, I don't think he is.
Oh, no, he's not. No, because he only gains 3 life.
Yeah, exactly. So he's gonna go up to 6, and he can still only kill 1 creature. Remember, the Scrounger's coming back. That's what you were saying, so Raph, a little bit earlier.
No, because I got lost in my count.
Yeah.
I thought Puzzle Knot would gain him 6 life.
No.
But now, since he anticipated into the Harness Lightning, he's
and I think he knows it. Like he's
cold.
Yeah, he's shaking his little bit because he probably made the math. Didn't even play the Puzzle Knot. He was maybe relying on Mikhail Lipinski forgetting. But even then, he doesn't have any way to deal with the Gideon.
You know the best way to do that, to imply the mist, not triggers, but the mist activated abilities.
Tell me.
Is to change the pace real fast.
Okay.
The way to do that is to, even if he thinks enough turn Scrounger, enough turn Scrounger, you make something that surprises your opponent. You think. Maybe take your time.
Yeah.
Not to the point where you're slow playing.
Yeah.
And you do something real fast, play Puzzle Knot, say go.
Yeah.
Puzzle Knot again 3, say go.
Yeah, sure.
And your opponent will be surprised, and there's a chance he forgets. Otherwise, he will just keep thinking about his Scrounger, and he will do it.
Yeah.
If you don't do anything that's against this, that stops the thinking, he's never going to forget.
Yeah, either do this or just try to do something to make him think and forget about doing that and just trying to do something else. Yeah, I quite like that. And Mikhail Lipinski takes game 1 with his with no red mana, but no problem. Turn 1 Toolcraft Exemplar, turn 2 Scrounger, turn 3 Scrounger. Sometimes that's enough to finish off the job, especially if there's a Gideon along the curve there, as Mikhail Lipinski just showed. And these players are vying for 9-0. We would show you some other Magic, but I assume other matches are shuffling as well. As you can see, here's the feature match area. Our other tables.
There's another game. There's a game going.
Yeah, there's a game going on table 3 there, but it's we don't have anyone
on the camera. Okay.
on the life totals there, so it's pretty hard to move there. And as you can see, table 2 there is also getting ready. There's some shuffling and some mulliganing. So I'm just going to run the name of players we actually have in the feature match area. So we've seen Gutierrez against Lipinski. We also have Miguel Castro against Pier Rodolfo Chico. We have the Japanese player Kazuma Matsumoto playing against Stanislav Zubovic. And at the back table there, just out of sight as Rich goes past, we have Antonio Paone and Marcus Angelin. Sweden. So a nice mix of countries in our feature match areas. As always with European Grand Prix, that's one of the advantages. It's always very bright and colorful when it comes to nationalities, and what we love to see here.
Not the most known people though.
No, that's surprising.
No, there's no. I don't recognize any names from the top tables.
Yeah, I just know Marcus Angelin. I think he has at least one GP top 8, and it's a good friend of a lot of the known Swedish pros. And actually tested with him for one pro tour like a year and a half ago. Very nice guy. So I want him to do well, because just like you, I don't really know many of the other players. Or all right, there. It's actually the names are not correct in that we have there, because we're gonna look at the second match, which I think is Piero Rodolfo Chico against Miguel Castro. Rather than there we go. Oh, okay, Miguel is actually already up a game as Piero Rodolfo. Okay, this is interesting. Like turn 1, Oath of Nissa revealed on Nahiri. Like, what's going on here? It just looks like a 4-color copycat deck, I would say, with some Planeswalker action.
So far, we've seen a lot of Mardu against something else.
Yeah.
We haven't seen something else against something else.
Not that much, you're right.
Yeah.
All right, Teamer Energy here on the left, looks like. Turn 1, attune with Ether through an Ether Hub.
Because what makes Mardu so good is because there are other decks. Like, you could have a deck that beats Mardu. I don't know exactly what you should do, but there's probably a combination of cards that beats Mardu.
Mm-hmm.
But that combination is probably not going to beat the rest of the field. So you need to keep that in mind, of course. But and say, oh, Mardu's going to be there. But you don't want your deck to lose to anything else.
Sure.
So how many rounds are you going to play against Mardu? Not your whole tournament.
No, definitely not. The metagame is pretty varied here. We've seen a lot of players on playing various 4-color decks, and honestly, I've been surprised by how many Marvel decks we have been seeing in general. And it seems like all of the green-black players have decided to run Marvel decks, because we've barely seen any black-green in the feature match area.
I walked around during my break, and I've seen like one.
Wow.
One black-green.
Yeah, people are just off of that deck, even though it did place a couple of players in the top 8 in GP Utrecht. But since those 2 weeks, the metagame has shifted, and it's not been kind to black-green players, and most of them have abandoned it. Look at that. Piero Rodolfo Chico is just playing Naked Sahili on turn 3 and representing the combo very, very early on in this game. Look at that. There's some Sahilis in Miguel's hand as well. So maybe not just Team Energy. Maybe it's 4-color Marvel with Sahili. Look at that. The Battle of the Sahili Rise.
We haven't seen that often, if at all, today. But this is an interesting matchup, and there are a lot of decisions.
Definitely, yeah. Like so many cards, the way you interact, the mana that you keep open, how you sequence your plays. All right, are we going to see? We're going to see a Nahiri here. I think we're going to see a tap line here. So let's go back to our original match between Niels Gutierrez von Porat against Michal Lipinski. Last game was pretty fast, so we might even catch some more of that other match that we've just gotten a glimpse of, as again a turn 1 Toolcraft exemplar from Michal Lipinski. But turn 2 would be with Puzzle Knot from Niels Gutierrez von Porat. That he must be quite happy about that, just gaining some life. And if he has Marvel in his hand, which I don't think I've seen, it's definitely where you want to be. I think I saw Release the Gremlins in Porat's hand. No red mana though. This could be a quick game again. Yeah, Release the Gremlins. I think I saw Verla Virtuoso as well. Another Forest from Niels as well there. So let's see if Michal Lipinski can again punish his opponent for not having the optimal mana. Play. Lipinski's talking a lot.
He's
trying to indicate that he wants to get the trigger off and then attack with the Heart of Kirin. And the wording needs to be quite specific, just to be sure. All right, Thraben Inspector as well. And just past the turn here. Plenty of cards left in his hand. I think there's at least 3. And he has that clue going. as Gutierrez von Porad is sacking the puzzle knot. No red source again. There isn't a gate in for Porad's hand though.
Okay, good, because Michal is a Gideon.
Yeah, he's gonna need it, right?
Ready for turn 4.
I mean, these Mardu decks are so relentless, and that's I think the biggest problem of this deck, right? It can play the short game, can play the long game. That's what's so scary about all these Mardu decks. There's the negate for the Gideon. Doesn't stop Lipinski from swinging for 5. Okay. All right, tune with Ether or maybe Mountain or Red Source. Okay, it's a Marvel and
good
6
too.
energy.
That's good too.
Great draw here from Niels. And you can see he's already set against chair. Okay, I got this. All right. See, no,
not main step.
Not flipping just yet.
At first you're disappointed. Oh, no red mana, and then you're like, oh yeah, well
this works.
I could do with that.
All right, let's see if we can find an Ulamog here or some other big beaters. All right, does he want to pull the trigger here?
Oh, I think you want to.
Doesn't seem.
No, because weird thing is he gets a lot of red sources.
Yeah. All right, and I see another Marvel. I saw negate Glimmer of Gene will these pups. No, look at that. Just no red sources at all, and no big beaters.
Yeah, but the Puzzle Knot is fine.
Yeah, I mean it gives him a redraw, right?
Yeah,
I mean he can get the Puzzle Knot, gets 3 energy and some life. Almost. On his turn he can sack it and spin the wheel again.
Fogs.
Yeah.
Unless Michal has a way to destroy the Marvels, that's still a release the Gremlins would be
insane here. Yeah,
terrible,
completely insane.
But that's okay. That's a fog.
Yeah, it could be worse.
Yeah.
I mean, we know Niels does have a release the Gremlins in his hand that he would gladly use to kill Heart of Kirin. Or at least I thought.
What?
At least I thought that's what I saw. Yeah, he does have. But does Mikhail have one? No, Anguish and Making.
No.
Okay.
Well, that's still pretty good.
Yeah, it's very good. Would you ever think about going for the Puzzle Knot?
I think I would have gone for Puzzle Knot.
Yeah, rather than the Etherworks Marvel. Yeah, I was thinking about it because it's life and energy.
What would you go with for the Marvel?
No, I mean with the Anguish and Making.
Oh, I see. No. I think I would have.
It's much safer.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing out there as an option.
No, I thought you were saying would you have gone for the Marvel of the Marvel?
No.
I don't understand.
Of course not. Yeah. All right. So another Toolcraft example for Lipinski.
Yeah, that sounds that.
No, I mean, it depends on how greedy you are, right? All right. So there's a big swing in from Mikhail Lipinski there. The second Toolcraft example has enabled the first one to attack. This is a big swing in for 8.
The punishment for not having red mana.
Yeah, and Mikhail Lipinski didn't have red mana in the first game. It didn't matter to him. He was just swinging with his scroungers. Look at that. Riley Knight, ladies and gentlemen, he pulled up the French version of the card.
Oh, Archetype de Façonneur d'Outils.
Yeah, we were talking about this a couple of rounds ago. Like how do you pronounce card names in different languages? He just couldn't resist. Look at that guy and his smirk. It can be seen across all of Barcelona as he does that.
So Niels is receiving. Is on the receiving end of the beating.
I mean, Niels also has a Lumbering Falls that he could have used to trade off or at least eat the Thraben Inspector, but then he wouldn't be able to sack the
even red mana. Another Virtuoso, number 4.
Wow, I think he has at least 3 in his hand.
I think he has the full 4.
Full 4?
Yeah.
It would have been pretty decent too, at like trading with the Toolcraft examples and blocking the Heart of Kirin and whatnot.
4 Virtuoso and a release the Gremlins.
Unfortunate there, but I mean, being 8-0, look at poor Niels here. He knows this is not going well. All right, so now he's. It looks like
4, 7, 10, 11.
All right, looks like a Lumbering Falls. Block that and take that. It's like block and here's my hand.
Yeah, the 4 Virtuoso and the release.
Ouch. Yeah, the release would have been really good early on in the game if Niels had the red mana, because the Heart of Kirin dealt so much damage over the course of the game, and the Whirl of Virtuosos would have stabilized the situation easily, giving Niels Gutierrez from Parad much more time. But as it is, Michal Lipinski on Mardu Vehicles takes down the game and the match, and he moves up to 9-0. It can't be better than that after day one of a GP. He must be really happy with himself. And I'm explaining, like, what do you think he's saying? Oh, man, I crushed you so hard.
No, yeah, that was a tough match.
Yeah, it was.
I had a lot of decisions. You played well. Thank you for, thank you for all the good times, and see you later.
All right, let's go. Okay, 4-color copycat mirror match. Okay, and it looks like both players have the assorted color of mana. Plenty of planeswalkers on both sides. Okay, let's see what the players can do here. Miguel Castro on our left is already up a game here, so firmly the advantage. I see an island and Harness Lightning, another Saheeli Rai, and Negate.
I think catching him on the board is already hard enough.
Yeah, geez, that's a big board. That's so.
So yeah, the sequencing between, like, do you scry first before the Chandra? Do you want to see the card? Do you want to dig deeper? That's these are decisions. It's very hard to say because we don't know exactly what they have in hand. And so we're just spectators here.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to give insight with so much information.
All right, this is nice. You can play the Oath of Chandrahil to kill the Rogue Refiner.
Ping Saheeli for 2.
And Ping Saheeli for 2 at the end of the turn. But it's also not. Look at that. Pierre Rodolfo Chico has that Lumbering falls among his lands as well. It's a good way to attack planeswalkers.
I think Miguel has another Saheeli, so he could play Oath of Chandra, kill Rogue Refiner, play another Saheeli,
plus it,
deal 1 damage to Saheeli,
and
finish her off with the Oath.
Right. I like this play.
I think that's what's happening.
Because it also means that the Saheeli Rai will be at 4 loyalty rather than 2, and you can and that protects it naturally from the attack from Lumbering Falls. Oh, but he declines to do that. Just passes the turn.
Maybe he's scared of I don't know what he
dying to the combo
of negate.
Maybe he does have negate and Harness Lightning in his hand.
Oh yeah. Well, that's the only reason he would do that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Negate would not save him from his opponent's negate.
Yeah. And also, that's true.
All right, so plus 1. Yeah, Lumbering Fall is going to do some work here.
Yeah, I like that card. Yeah, been doing work here. So plus Saheeli, Ping Chandra, for making her to go down to 5 there.
Is it scry first? I don't know. It's cry first, then deal damage?
Yeah,
deal
it
damage.
is. It's cry first, then deal 1 damage.
Well, it's not extremely relevant, but...
No, but sometimes it can be.
Well, right now it could be relevant. Actually, it's not relevant at all. Just for the sequencing. All right.
All right.
It feels like he just lost his Saheeli.
Yep.
Or maybe not, because now he can still kill his opponent's Saheeli.
Yeah, exactly. Because
that's okay.
Yeah,
that's the kind of interaction that's very hard to, like, for us to see.
Yeah, and remember, like, Miguel Castro could have already here threatened again the combo, with the Saheeli Rai still in hand and the Faradar Guardian still play. Let's see. So plus Chandra. Okay. The decline.
Yeah, now he plays his Saheeli.
Now it's going to work.
It's actually much better. His line was actually much better than mine.
Yeah.
Because in the end, he's not losing his Saheeli. He didn't rush into anything.
Yeah.
His play was safe and much better.
Yeah. Now he gets to if I don't know if he's an untapped land. I thought he had. I think he's a mountain. So he can play Saheeli and leave up Harness Lightning and negate if he. So that's pretty neat. And he gets to kill Pierre Rodolfo Chico's Saheeli with the Oath of Chandra trigger at the end of the turn.
Now with negate and Harness Lightning, that if he only had negate in hand, then the other play was better.
Sure.
But with both, then that was.
I think he even has 2 Harness Lightning in his hand actually. Like none of those cards.
How many do you need?
Yeah. None of the cards deal with lumbering falls, but yeah, there's a Saheeli.
Pin
There
your
we go.
face.
There's a Saheeli ride. A beautiful lady from Kaladesh. Doing work alongside Fellow Guardian. There's the Lance now. Again, trigger, end of turn. Kill that Saheeli. And yeah, I like it. Miguel Castro is actually growing his board and growing his board position very nicely here. The Planeswalker is gaining an incremental advantage over several turns there. And Pierre Rodolfo Chico is just making sure that
No, he's falling behind.
he's falling behind, and he has to use his mana to use Lumbering Fall, which makes him fall behind on board even more. I think Chico is going to play a Tireless Tracker that he was about to play, it looked like. He also has, it looks like he has Nahiri.
Is that a Nulamog in hand? That would be weird if he had one. I don't think that's a Nulamog.
No. We don't quite get to see the cards of Pier Rodolfo. We're gonna get that name fixed on the player, because it's Pier Rodolfo, not Pier Rafolda. It really caught me off guard when I was trying to read his name off, but I actually in my notes I see that his name is Rodolfo, not Rafolda. So, and he thinks he played the Rogue Refine and went up to 6 energy.
Oh, it's a Nahiri.
Yeah, it's just a Nahiri. Yeah, but that might be hard to resolve against Negate if Miguel Castro decided to use it, of course.
And Miguel can just win with Chandra here.
Yeah, the emblem.
Yeah, the emblem, yeah.
I love the Chandra emblem. When you get to it, Chandra emblem is -7, and it says whenever you cast a spell, you get to deal 5 damage to a creature or player. All right, we didn't quite get to see the card. Oh, Sky Sovereign? Were my eyes mistaking me?
Unnecessary.
Yeah. All right, so
it's 7, right? It's -7.
it's -7. Yeah,
yeah,
it is.
So getting 2 mana. Is it 2 mana?
Yeah. For me, Chandra is like Chandra emblem is like life goals. It's something like if you experience it once, you want it to happen again because it just feels so nice. All right. So he plus the Chandra to get mana to play the Sky Sovereign, which is sweet again because he gets to keep up Negate and Harness Lightning again. Shoots down the Rogue Refiner, plus his Saheeli again.
Every time I see the Sky Sovereign, it feels like a big mouth with the tongue coming out. It's like a big monster.
I had noticed. I have to look at the art again. I'm sure Riley Knight will pull up the card again, and we'll get to see it. Do I need to tilt my head to see it?
No,
or
no.
is it just like
every time I see it, I feel like it's a monster.
Okay.
Like in the what's the name of that movie? The Shop of the Little Horrors.
Okay, sure.
I don't remember the name of the movie. But
Oh,
like
right. I see it. Yeah, I see
plant,
it.
the big plant with the tongue coming out.
That's pretty cute, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, what does Pier Rodolfo Chico do about the big board here? Looks like he's a Feldar Guardian. No, he went for the Nahiri here. Okay.
Oh, did he use an energy?
Yeah, he used the
Why?
energy because he needed white mana.
No, he did not.
No, he did not. He was off the Nissa. Haha. Well, look at that. 8-0 player, and he missed this interaction. It doesn't come up that often. I think that's one of the reasons. But it's he didn't need to spend that energy here. Oh, discard a Tireless Tracker. He's really digging for something here. Probably an answer to that Chandra there, because the emblem is going to be very, very hard to beat.
I think he actually used black mana to cast it.
All right, there's an Intune with Ether. He's up to 7 energy. Pierre is in a very dangerous spot. I mean, he can still play something here, but we know Miguel Castro has that negate. He didn't have any problem with Nahiri resolving, and I don't blame him. Not that impressive.
Especially since it's going to die to...
the Sky Sovereign.
Well, if he has a creature to crew it.
Yeah, we'll see what's going to happen here. We're going to see a Chandra. Okay. Felidar Guardian.
I guess
that works. So do you go for the Chandra emblem first, or?
Yeah, Chandra emblem.
Okay.
It feels disappointing. You have so many things
Sure.
And then you're like, oh no, I just win with this card alone. That's not fun.
Yeah, I really wanted to see him like crew the ship and swing at Nahiri and whatnot. But he's going to get a Chandra emblem here. Okay, so yeah.
What?
I don't think we have a Chandra emblem.
Yeah, well,
we have plenty of Dobin bounds.
The time to get it's going to be over by then.
Yeah, doesn't come up that often, but with so many spells in Miguel Castro's hand, he got a Chandra emblem. He should really go for the Felidar Guardian. There we go. At least our lovely colleague Riley Knight pulls up the emblem for us. Whenever you cast a spell, this emblem deals 5 damage to target creature or player. All right, so but Miguel Castro has another win condition here.
He can actually just even if Pierre had a canner, if he plays all ways to deal with Saheeli, if he plays he pings for 1. Okay. Pierce goes down to 16. He plays the Guardian, goes down to so that's 3 damage.
11. It is 5.
So 11. He flips Saheeli.
Okay.
Pings 1 once again.
Okay. 10.
10.
He plays double Harness Lightning.
Double Harness, yeah.
Or just Harness Lightning negated.
So even if he has a way to kill the
Felidar Guardian. Yeah. I think this game is over, but Miguel is just trying to figure out if
the best way to do it.
Yeah, the best way to do it.
And there's also the Oath of Chandra for 2 extra damage.
Yeah,
you can say they will come back.
All right, so let's see. Come on, Miguel, you can do it.
Oh no, it's good. It's taking his time. He's taking his time. You can't blame him.
I mean, he's at 8-0, 1 card away, basically, from winning here. We don't know what Pierre Rodolfo has.
Probably nothing. It doesn't matter.
It shouldn't matter, no. He goes for the white here.
Oh, don't concede. Come on. Triggers.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's nice. He's not conceding.
Yeah, he's like, okay, I'm just going to write this down.
Oh, no. Oh, what?
He's blinking his Ether Hub.
Oh, no. Come on.
It's still fine.
Yeah, you could have... Yeah.
Could have done something else now, but he's going to go for that. All right, so he's going to now make a copy. Oh, he found a Chandra emblem. Whoa.
Oh, come on. No, that's unfair.
Oh, look at that. We wanted to see the Chandra emblem pop off here, but nope, it's going to be the copycats, Saheeli, Ryan, Felidar Guardian combining well to finish that off. And we have Miguel Castro moving up to 9-0 here at GP Barcelona. And that's it for round 9 here in GP Barcelona. With an eventful round and lots of players in 9-0, we can close out this round. What a wonderful day here in Barcelona. Sunny outside, but lots of heat inside. So much Magic was played over this day. 9 rounds total, and just a lot of intense Magic. Raf, what have we learned today from the metagame?
So there's one deck that's missing.
Which is?
It's missing in action. Black-green.
What happened, Black-green?
Black-green is just gone. I haven't seen one.
We've seen one mirror match.
David Brooker. Round 2.
Exactly.
And since then, missing MIA.
Yeah,
missing in action.
So green-black, not a great day for green-black players. We haven't seen many, and just in general, not many people kept packing. But one thing I would say that we've seen a lot of copycat decks among the top tables.
It's a popular deck because it looks fun. It's fun to play. Everything you play, you get to touch other cards. You play Oath of Nissa, you get another card in your hand. You play Rogue Refiner, you have another card.
Sure.
Felidar's Guardian, you get to blink something to draw another card. So it's a lot of interactions, and it's usually a deck people like to play. Unlike Mardu, that's just bashing your face. But that's actually very efficient.
It's also fun.
So
winning is fun too. So
it's different fun, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So that's it from the day one here in GP Barcelona. Thank you for joining us. We're going to have the Grand Prix New Jersey stream starting up on this here channel. In some time, we can't really say how soon, but it's definitely going to be fun if you want to watch more Magic. There's definitely a lot of fun. So more Magic incoming, and we'll see you tomorrow. That's it from me, Matej Zalkai, Raf Levy, and Riley Knight here from Barcelona Day 1. See you tomorrow.
Bye.